politics. It has been a crazy year for politics in this country, all over the world. In America, Donald Trump is president. That's crazy. I think it started last summer. I think it started in Britain last summer when they Brexited, right? Britain just left the European Union. They just left. Honestly, as an Indian and as an American, I was stunned to see Britain just voluntarily leave a place. Who knew that could happen? It's like Britain said, I bet we can do the craziest thing a developed country has ever done. And then America was like, challenge accepted, nerds. And we elected Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the President of the United States. Now, I'll tell you a little side story. Last year during the election, I met Donald Trump. I was doing a charity gala and he was there in the audience, and so after I got off stage, someone took me over and introduced me to him. And I was polite, so I said, you know, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Trump, and I put my hand out. Now, I don't know if you know this, Mr. Donald Trump is a little bit of a germaphobe. So I put my hand out, and he said, it's nice to meet you. Now, I was nervous, so I got confused in that moment, and I shook his finger, guys. I shook his tiny, tiny finger. It was so tiny, I can't even tell you. True story. So tiny. But we have, Donald Trump is the president now. It's crazy. But I will tell you what's even crazier is that America has never had a female president. Never. And that's amazing to me because, ladies, you know how to get shit done. I learned this at a very young age. Like I have a sister, she's 8 years younger than me. Her name is Serena. And even though she's 8 years younger, from the moment that she was born, she's been cooler, calmer, and more collected than me. For example, when I was 14, I was sobbing, I was crying in the living room because my parents were screaming at me for getting the worst report card I had ever gotten in my life. They're screaming at me, they're saying things like, how dare you walk in this house with 5 A's and 1 B, you get the hell out right now, all right? They're screaming at me, I'm crying, and my 6-year-old sister walks up, sees the scene, and just takes control. She walks up and she goes, shh, and then she just glares at my parents, and she walks over to me and she says, Anish Shah, I don't want you to cry. I brought you a candy. And she put a little candy bar in my hand. And I said, thank you, Serena. And I put it in my pocket. And she said, no. You eat that candy bar now. It'll make you feel better. And so I did. I put it in my mouth. And she sat down and she held my hand while I chewed it. And then I finally swallowed. And this little 6-year-old gets up and she walks up to my parents. And she says, listen, I don't know what's going on here. But if he gets to eat a candy, so do I. And she just shoved the Snickers in her mouth. Took the wrapper, just mic dropped it, walked out of the living room. It was amazing. So good.